Yes, indeed. Wagwan, we are back. Yes, indeed, it's Red. It's Coach. It is about that time.
Before we even get started, y'all know what time it is. Like, comment, and subscribe. Now back to the program.
Yes. Hey, in our humble opinion, this is what we got to talk about. And the first topic of the day, Red, we're going to talk about it. Because all we're going to hear, especially when we get closer to the end of the season, is why does my team need to play a conference championship? Why?
To bring your conference more money. That's why you're going to play a conference championship.
Show's over.
When I saw that topic come out, I'm like, money? That's the reason why you're going to. I mean, shit. And then okay, so then I started thinking, I'm like, well, hell, the Big Ten's got 18 teams. The SEC has 16. You can have, and they both said they're not going to have divisions. Well, you could have, the Big Ten's got enough to have 4 divisions with what teams they've got. They could basically have 4 divisions, still play their little, sprinkle in the cupcakes, like they say Alabama does. Sprinkle in the cupcakes here or there. Have 2 championships between those divisions, and then the winners of those play each other and have the overall Big Ten championship. And then you take, when they get to this extended playoff, all the winners of those divisions get to go to the playoffs. Because seriously, what the fuck are you going to do? You have all these power conferences, and they want to talk about no division. So you're like top 4 teams will probably get in. It's
what,
ridiculous. You've got to do something to have all these power conferences, because why? Okay, you just everybody play each other within your conference. You're no longer playing anybody outside the conference. Play everyone inside your conference. And then the winners of every conference and your runners-up are all that go in, and I mean that across the board. Your SWAC, all of it. The little Rudy Poots that that the Pac-12 is going to try to reel in if they can. All them little schools and the Midwest Conference and all that. Championships and runners-up, and just throw them all into the playoffs. Because it's stupid. It's stupid.
I almost thought you were serious. Oh my goodness. Coach, I'm going to give you a crack at this before I jump on it.
She's right. I mean, I don't ever agree with Red, but she's right. You're in it for the money.
Show me the money.
You're in it for the endorsement. You're in it for the TV revenue. You're in for it, for those certain amount of things. And everything she said, spot on. Go ahead, Red. Go.
Okay. I think for me, we should do away with them.
Have you lost your damn mind?
And here's why. But I understand, Red, because you're right. So first off, money is the number one driving factor. Like, you ain't going to find nobody that's willing to come off a dime, a penny. What? Cut out a game so I don't get money for it. You got to be out your mind. So money is the one that's driving this train. That said, why do we get rid of the game? It's one fewer game. Yeah, the reason they're going to keep it is the reason why we should get rid of it. It's one fewer game, meaning one game that players are not going to get injured, for. And then on top of that, with it being that one fewer game, you're also talking about a game that could potentially cost you a slot or a chance to get into the college football playoffs. So why would you go and jeopardize your chance of getting into the playoffs by playing this game that normally it's the one team against the 4 team. Red, I'm gonna let you interject, and then I'll finish my point. Go ahead.
No, you was talking about why are you gonna risk the one team winning, and why risk it? Everyone knows when they expand it to like the 12 or however many teams we're going to in the next couple of years, it's going to be the top 2 teams out of each conference. Whichever teams make it to the conference championship game, they will be going to the playoffs. It's just where they're going to seat in there. You know, the seeding of the champion will definitely be different than the seeding of the runner-up. Yes.
Yes.
But the next, those 2 will definitely be going to the playoffs regardless. So that's the reason why it would affect your seeding. That's the reason why I was saying that.
Okay.
I said that.
Okay. Okay. So I get it, and you know what? To that point, I have to agree. You're right. It's going to be the top, 2 teams, so you don't have to necessarily worry about the fact that if you lose, you're going to get bounced out. Actually, you still do now, because if Ohio State loses that championship game to, say, Michigan, then Ohio State gets put into the college football.
A lower seed. Yeah. They're not going to miss the opportunity. They're not going to miss the opportunity of having the Ohio States, the Michigans, where it's really going, because everyone knows that in the Big Ten, unless USC and UCLA jump out of the box and really does something here that in 24, they're going to have to play their way in. Whereas namesakes will, as long as they're winning, the namesakes will carry Ohio State and Michigan. Namesakes, just like everyone says, Alabama's namesake carries them into the games. OU and Texas.
Okay. All right. You know what, Ray? I'm gonna shut it down. You know what? You've made me rethink it. I got it. Yeah. You know what? I can see your point. I can see your point, and so you know what? I'm going to eagerly wait for the end of the season to see just how this plays out, because if it plays out like you were saying there, and it should, logically it should, but if it plays out like that, aces, and that gives you a chance to go ahead and lose but still have a chance to be in the playoffs. So absolutely. Okay, all right. Well, there you have it, boys and girls. Coach, you got something you want to add before we move on to the next
point? I ain't never agree with you all my life right here on this show, but I'm gonna tell you right now, that was pretty dang on good. I'll give you a 6.
Take it while you can. What do y'all think? Let me know down there in the comments. Red, Coach, till next time, we are out of here. Peace.
Doodles.
Yes, indeed.